jewel in rugby league's crown is set for a shake-up with sweeping changes to State of Origin's eligibility rules. We've got Luke Doherty here with us this morning. Luke, can you please take us through it?
Yep, so what they've announced this morning is basically no matter which nation you choose to represent on the international stage, as long as you meet certain criteria, you are now eligible to play State of Origin. So what that criteria is if you were born in New South Wales or Queensland, the criteria hasn't changed. So born in New South Wales or Queensland, resided in either state before the age of 13, or indeed your father played State of Origin, you are eligible. What has changed is that the likes of Jerome Luai, for example, who got to play for Samoa, or those who chose to play for Tonga, that they were always eligible to play State of Origin because Tonga's a Tier 2 nation. Now the Tier 1 nations like England and New Zealand, those players who choose to represent those nations are eligible for State of Origin. So think the likes of Victor Radley, who's played for England instead of Australia, Casey McLean at the Panthers as well, Brett Nickera at the Sharks. Those types of players, copy and paste your favourite one there from that category, they are set to be eligible for State of Origin now as well. So what this is doing, Charmaine, is Peter V'landys and the ARLC are trying to ensure that the international game is vibrant, that it's not just Australia, England, New Zealand, because if it's those three nations, well, the international game is on a really, really short rope and it won't be as strong as it can be. But if you have players that are eligible to play State of Origin, then able to go and play for the other nations, it makes the international game stronger, because those players who are thinking, well, I'm not going to go play for England or New Zealand because I really want to play State of Origin, they don't have that consideration anymore.
I'm sure something they would be very happy about. And it's not the only Origin news that the Rugby League Commission has brought out. What have they now decided on?
Big day of announcements. So this second part, we've been reporting here on Fox Sports News for a couple of weeks now that New Zealand will host a State of Origin game in 2027. Eden Park in Auckland will play host. The tourism officials there very, very happy. They reckon they're going to get around 10,000 Aussies coming across the Tasman and injecting around $17.4 million into the economy there. So this again is a huge boost to the coffers of the Australian Rugby League Commission. It is a very, very valuable asset. The days, Shah, of one state hosting two games and having that upper hand well and truly over. We've seen it go to Adelaide, we've seen it go to Perth. Now Origin bridging borders across the Tasman to New Zealand. It's a really strong rugby league market. It'd be really interesting on a couple of fronts to see that how they take to the biggest rivalry in Australian sport. I don't think that will be a consideration. They love their sport and love their rugby league over in New Zealand, and it is potentially a growing market for rugby league, with a team in Christchurch very keen on putting their hand up for expansion. But the other consideration is that the time difference between Australia and New Zealand at that point will be 2 hours. So it's probably not going to want to be later than 8 p.m. kickoff here, which means a 6 p.m. kickoff local. So knock off work, get straight down to Eden Park. I'm not sure what the traffic is like on a Wednesday night in Auckland, but they're going to want to get there quick smart, because probably fans here aren't going to be able to cop a kickoff later than 8 p.m, I would say. A 9 p.m. start might be a no-goer, but we'll wait and see. No kickoff time confirmed at this stage, neither a date or a day of the week as well. But those are the two big announcements coming out of Rugby League HQ today.
Big, that's for sure. Thanks, Luke Doherty, for keeping us up to speed.